Hi Kiwi! Alright, we are back at Hades 1. We're listening to In the Blood, if you couldn't tell. We're going to be running the aspect of Nemesis.
I've returned.
Using the Artemis Keepsake. And let's see where that takes us. We're going to take extreme measures for 3 heat. And let's go ahead and do our best shot.
Alright, it's
now,
time to
full
shine.
disclosure, you're in the shower right now. It is almost midnight. I have had an extremely exhausting and long day. Let's see, attack deals 200% damage. Oh, we got it, Kiwi. Your thrust deals 200% more damage and a 40% crit chance. Alright.
Raise a shot.
Well, who needs Artemis when we have that? I mostly just need to learn the timing on the thrust, but the thrust is basically our dash attack. I heard that fish, but I did not see it, and we were too slow.
Come on, then.
Am I just not gonna... Oh, wait, the thrust... Darn it, the thrust is the 3rd hit of the attack. Never mind. Well, that's fine. That just means I have to make sure I get my full combo off. Okay. I thought it was the dash attack, which is what we're building around, but that's fine. So anyway, our goal here is to get as much crit chance as possible and just crit the ever-loving life out of these enemies. Now, keep in mind, the way the aspect of Nemesis works is every time I use a special attack, I gain a % crit chance. I believe it starts out as 15%. I'll check it in this room. But it is not a small number.
Okay.
And we already have a 40% crit chance on top of that. If we get the Artemis attack, that's another 15 to 20%. If we get the dash strike, I believe that's another 10 to 15% chance of critting, especially if we get higher rarity. So we're already sitting relatively pretty for an 100% crit chance build, assuming Artemis shows up at any point in Tartarus, which at present is not necessarily being very promising. Anyway, so I will say though, I am horrendously exhausted, and rather than go to sleep while you're in the shower, I elected to completely further exhaust myself before we plan a very busy day of non-stop baked goods and therapy. I mean, the baked goods themselves are effectively therapy, are they not? But quite literally, we have our therapy appointment tomorrow. Just for basic level mental health counseling. We're relatively speaking in a good spot, although your mom is having a little bit of a physical health crisis at the moment, so it's not perfect. It's certainly not perfect. So we're gonna do our best to take care of ourselves. Look at that crit damage. We don't even have a boon yet, and we're hitting 270 if we could land our attacks, mind you. Would you stop teleporting around, you butthole? There we go. Ooh, that was damage.
That's what you get.
Hey, I once heard Lord Hades has in his employ the greatest hero of the Trojan War. You happen to know anything about that? I'm kind of a fan. You see Achilles, tell him he's the best for me.
I forgot how much of a fangirl Artemis is. That's great. And there we go. All right. So we're going to take the attack. Strong 39% damage increase, but a 15% extra crit chance. And yeah, let's take Sisyphus. We'll take Sisyphus, and I'm trying to speedrun this run, so...
Sisyphus, how can you stand it being here like this? You always seem in such good spirits, though.
So we'll probably take the gold this time instead of the darkness like usual.
You push all boldly here sufficient times and you might get a different outlook on things too. With the Furies all preoccupied and with my running into you from time to time, I'm positively doing great lately. I like to take what pleasures I can get.
Yeah, okay, so let's take the Charon's Obol here.
Sure thing.
Cheers, mate.
And another HP up, so
Well, take care.
on the bright side, this will grant me the chance to be relatively brain dead in terms of how I play. Okay, Chaos Spoon could be potentially pretty good. The question is, do I take it over an Artemis Spoon if I'm offered another Artemis? I probably do, because if I can get the attack up or the dash strike up, that'll be pretty substantial. Okay, so we're up to about 300 damage per crit, which is pretty solid. There we go. Pretty busy room. Lots of enemies spawned. Coin or shop? Yeah, we'll take the chaos.
Take it.
Mid shop sounds nice, but chaos spoons are just too good to pass up, especially early on where there's a lot of wiggle room to make them work.
I bear a message for you, son of Hades. One recorded in an age when certain concepts it describes did not yet all exist. Remember this. I see you stand your ground against the serpent's flame. A waking phrase. to which you and the all-seeing artifact of my creation may respond.
We're about to unlock one of the strongest aspect weapons in the game, the Bulwark. What is it? The Bulwark of Macbeth. Not Macbeth. Oh gosh. I'm totally blanking on it.
Waking phrase. And an all-seeing artifact, you must mean Aegis, right? So I'm to say to it, I see you stand your ground against the serpent's flame, and it'll wake right up. Though, can you tell me what it means, or who?
Oh, I can tell you almost anything. However, I would much prefer it if you learned most of the answers you seek by yourself.
Alright, let's see. Attack
I
deals.
see you stand your ground against the serpent's flame.
There's our attack boon. Let's take it.
It should be interesting.
Yes, quite interesting indeed. Alright.
Uh-oh.
Come forth, wretches, and stop this meddler.
At least this timer is paused here. So I am kind of approaching, I was about to say, I was going to approach this kind of like a speed run with the intent of I want to go to bed, but I really wanted to get one Hades run out of my system because I haven't had a chance to play in a while. So that's how we're approaching this. I am full-on monkey braining this because I figure I can afford to get I can afford to try and get as many kills as I can for the sake of the gold they drop. Because every enemy we kill in this does give some amount of gold, and they last for a fair bit of time. I am taking more damage than is strictly appropriate for what I could take, I suppose. Or rather, what I should take, more realistically. But it's fine. Gold is gold, and it adds up quick. We'll be sitting pretty at the end shop, and hopefully we get an HP up, so it'll be worth it.
Every time.
Well, that's better.
Let's see. Passive chance to gain HP, but not reliable enough for me. Aphrodite. Aphrodite. Or pomegranate on the attack. I mean, most of our damage is just going to come from the attack at this point. It wouldn't hurt to get Aphrodite on the special, though, so we can get origination going. Or, not origination, that's Hades too. What is it? Privilege status. I think I'll take Aphrodite. Let's try and get her special so that we can more reliably get I said it, almost said it again. Not origination, privilege status. Get that as soon as possible. Also, I can tell that you're showering right now because Chroma is crying immensely outside the bathroom. She is so worried about you drowning in that shower, I bet. I don't know why she has such a terrible panic attack every time she hears you in the shower, but my goodness, is that one of the most tragic things you could possibly hear in our house. Sad little child loves her mom and doesn't want her mom to suffer the indignity and the stress of a bad shower.
There, dearest. You'll tell me all your troubles just as soon as you arrive, so let's just get you out of there for now.
Alright, one special please. Okay. Well, we're not building around the special, so I don't care that we got the lowest rarity.
My heart is full.
And we'll take the coin here for sure. Alright. Give me my monies. This looks like a good situation to just spam the special, because most of these things die in one hit to it. That skull kind of dashed out of the AoE. And then there's one over here. I can't even see. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Oh. Oh well.
You waste my time.
Not bad. We're already at 500 coin after the first floor. Let's go ahead and take the shop here, because we really could use a heal, assuming Charon is willing to share. He is. Good.
Thank you.
I say, hey, ho. Can you tell that I'm tired? Because I am compensating real hard right now. Dash, dodge, coin. Probably want either hyper sprint or greater evasion, but coin is kind of fun here, just to have more coin before the final floor. I think I'm just gonna take the dodge chance. And I'm not interested in Dionysus. Can't really easily get a,
Hope I didn't keep you waiting, ladies.
Electotis, you ready? Well, Zag, any last requests this time before I send you home?
Well, I guess, you know what, if I had taken, if Dionysus had offered his dash, that would have been an easy, status privilege. So, never mind. If I can get either, oh wait, no, I want Artemis's dash. I don't want to give up that opportunity. I have to keep that in mind.
Let's see, how about a swift and painful death? Would that be possible?
So then what I probably want is either Athena or Zeus's cast with their secondary curse on it.
Be cheeky all you like. You'll get exactly what you asked, and nothing more.
Okay.
Attack!
Unfortunately, I need an attack speed steroid because I'm attacking a little too slow for my ideal situation here. I am very prone to taking damage. I think that's the main reason I took the dodge chance, because I feared that I wouldn't be able to reliably get the attack off in a speedy and timely manner without risking getting hit in the process.
Kill.
But I mean, the nice thing is if she's standing still, I can pretty reliably get my attack off. And if she does this, even more so. Oh gosh, that's a lot of AoEs on the floor. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of AoEs on the floor. Gonna just try and get this attack off and face tank a little bit, but we have a lot of HP from all the Centaur hearts we've gotten. And if I position accordingly, I can probably get away with it. There we go. And look at that, first floor done in under 5 minutes.
I did it. My chaos boon evolved.
And there's more attack damage right there. So now the question becomes, what do I want as my next keepsake?
Your progress has been duly noted, boy.
Let's keep
Boy.
going.
Let's see. Yeah, indeed, let's see here. I mean, like I said, Athena's call would be pretty solid. Or I could go the route of Dionysus's call just so I can more easily get status privilege going, but it's limited based on how much damage I take and deal, so it's not perfect. I feel like the only real reliable way to make status privilege happen is with a dash boon, but I don't want to really give up my dash in lieu of Artemis's dash. So I think with all that said and done, I don't think I'm going to be getting away without taking damage, but we certainly could run Lambent Plume and get more dodge chance and just have that stacked up. Ultimately, I think my decision is, let's do the Myrmidon Bracer. That'll make me take a little less damage from the front and a little more damage from behind, but I'm mostly going to be face tanking anyway, so we can play pretty aggressively that way. Okay, anything from the shop here? Chaos Gate? Sure. Less likely to see a hammer on this floor, so I'm willing to risk it. Let's go for the Chaos Gate and see what we get. If I can get a dash strike upgrade, that would be awesome. Or if I can fill out that last check mark on the prophecy, also awesome. All right, easily Chaos Gate over Nectar here. I've got a good number of Nectar. While
find air or whenever to get me out of here.
Well, the Nectar, if I took it, would grant me a pomegranate effect. I think it's much better to take the Chaos Gate here and see what good old Chaos offers us today. All right, what have you got, dear old?
Chaos. I've returned.
Let's see. Dash strike, 59% more damage. There it is. Wow, this is just being... We are being spoon-fed pretty much all of the best spoons. All we're waiting on at this point... And there's... Wow, there's Dan. This game...
I got the message that you need assistance, Zagreus.
You got the message. All right.
What say we get things started?
Oh yeah, let's get things started. And watch me one-shot these enemies. Damn, that's some damage, all right. I don't think... Thanatos isn't having an easy time killing these guys, that's for sure.
Rest in peace.
Oh, he said the thing. That's cute. Another wave.
More of these are there.
So I really don't sound like I'm that tired, despite what I've said, do I? I think I'm just... I don't know, maybe it's just nice to finally have a break after a very long day. And we just watched an episode of Apothecary Diary. I don't know, I'm suddenly way more energetic than I was very little long ago. Although, granted, I did take like a very brief 30-second to 1 minute nap. And that seems to have made a pretty substantial difference as well, I suppose. Can't understate how good a power nap can be. We'll take the mid shot. Oh wait, what's this? What's this? What's this? More coin for Jeff? Sure.
Might as well.
Give it, give it, give it.
Wretches, take him now.
These guys are pretty tanky with their armor, so I have to be careful. And then we just have this projectile spawner. There we go. And dash out of there.
Enough.
I can't.
Alright, some decent coin. Alright, I know I said I'm speedrunning, but let's use speedrun in the loosest term of I'm playing as quickly as I am capable of in my otherwise casual nature. Poseidon. Poseidon indeed. Are we deciding on Poseidon? I mean... No, I mean, he's kind of in the same camp as Athena or Zeus, where if I got his cast, and then I got his, what is it, Razor Shoals? Or is it Riptide? I forget. Yeah, I could get his, I think it's called Rupture. But I think I'm just going to take the HP and the darkness here.
Should come in useful.
I didn't look at that for very long. I think that was potentially Dionysus.
Barge of death again, huh?
We'll see. We'll see soon enough. Again, I'm going to pop these because I'm more prone to taking damage from them than using them offensively. Get rid of these things ASAP. Was just barely out of range of that one exploding. Well, no doubt about our damage, that's for sure. Although it's definitely could be better. There's always room for improvement, isn't there? And this should be the last one. There we go. Dash out of the bomb, and we're good. But yeah, I guess
Hello there, Dionysus.
the effect of a power nap can't be understated.
Hand it to you, Zag. You don't back down. You don't ever back down. What is this, like the 20th time that you've attempted to escape?
The 26th, actually. But who's counting? Alright. So I really do not want his cast because it does not apply a debuff or a curse that would affect status privilege. Oh, actually, while we're here, real quick. Let's see. Aspect, where is it? Okay. 15% crit chance. There it is. Yeah, for 3 seconds. Okay. I mean, again, this could get us origination or status privilege. There we go, which would be a flat 40% increased damage. But Artemis's dash strike just sounds so much more fun. I guess we'll take privilege or positive outlook. Yeah, this will make us relatively tanky, all things considered. Like we have between the Myrmidon Bracer and the 10% dodge chance from the Hermes boon, and now that, we're surprisingly tanky in this build as long as I'm face tanking things, which is, as we've proven, how I like to play this game very often, for better or for worse, and often more commonly than not for worse. Would you kindly hold still, sir? There we go. Like, all I'm lacking right now is a good dash strike boon from Artemis, and we're just like, we're set. We have everything we need aside from just a status privilege boon. Which again, I think will ultimately boil down to the cast at this point.
The curse of chaos has expired.
Excellent. Okay, we are officially having more dash strike damage. I'll take the HP up here. Sure, why not?
Why not?
And once again, Zagreus and I share the same dialogue. We don't need more Dionysus. Let's go ahead and get this Hermes and see if we can get attack speed from Hermes. That would be pretty substantial for us. I think that would work very much in our favor. That guy is just launched into the lava. I would appreciate you guys not just dashing away nonstop, because that makes it very difficult to DPS, if you didn't know. It can't be understated how much, I think it's just damage reduction that armor gives, because man, they survive some pretty meaty hits. I do appreciate that you can actually stagger the dash strike with other attacks in the 3-hit combo that is the base attack of this weapon. Makes it pretty easy to both get the thrust, the 3rd hit of the basic attack that has the 40% crit chance and 200% damage increase, on top of also getting the increased thrust attack damage.
Time for a boost.
Aphrodite's really something, don't you think so, cuz? Normally I'd stop for no one here, but when it comes to her, exceptions must be made.
All right, let's see. One more dash. There it is, the attack faster. Let's take it.
Let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go. All right, we'll take the shop here. And let's see. Mystery boon, palm, and key. Let's see what this mystery boon has to offer. Excellent, excellent. Okay, there it is. 60% increased dash strike damage. It does not give us any crit chance. So right now we're sitting at 15% plus... another 15, so that's 30, and then 40% with the third strike. So that's a solid 70% crit chance right off the bat, and we'll be able to get things like pressure points later on to further increase our crit chance potentially. But we have a pretty substantial damage boost here. Positive outlook. Okay, so not amazing, but hey, more damage reduction. Can't complain too much about that, I suppose. Although it's probably like 3% more damage reduction, so hardly anything that matters.
Bone Hydra, how come we never talk?
I don't know, I count that as a conversation right there. He said something in response to you. Need to remember to use my cast here so that he gets the bloodstone and gets the increased damage from the mirror boon. Or the mirror effect, rather. We're gonna make such quick work of these heads, though. Like, look at that, gone. Never stood a chance. Ooh, I can hit both of these at the same time. Look at that being fancy. Okay. Get rid of that little bone egg. Dodge right through that because I'm extra spicy and fancy like that. Okay, cool. This is a pretty fast learning, isn't it?
You and me, Severed Hydra Head.
You and me, Severed Hydra Head. You really need to name him by now, Zag. I know his name, why don't you? Out of curiosity, I wonder if these must count as separate entities, but I wonder if they... No, they must count as separate entities, so... No crit. No crit. It's still a 30% chance not to crit, and we feel it.
Any more heads you'd like chopped off?
No? Quite possibly. Oh, nope, never mind. Alright, I wonder if the boss room gives us any better chance at finding like a legendary fish or a fancier fish on this floor. Let's see. But look at that.
Now, caught a Slavog.
I caught a Slavog. Yeah, alright. Grab our gems
just tuck that away
and move on to Elysium, where hopefully we find one more hammer, and that hammer is the one that enhances our dash strike, which I believe there's one.
That blasted hydrant never takes my feedback.
Alright, I think I'll stick with Myrmidon Bracer and just keep monkeying around a little bit. Not selling any of that, that's for sure. And then I don't need more HP, so we'll just go ahead.
Onward then.
We need 1 coin to get another boon out of the shop, so I mean, look at our time. We're averaging about 4.5 to 4 minutes per floor.
Champions of Elysium, I've returned.
So I think we're doing pretty well. Anything to say, Zag? Nope. Probably because I once again canceled your dialogue. Ares. I could take damage up from Ares, but that's about all he offers. I think I'd rather the coin. As previously stated, Ares seems to be kind of the more lackluster of the options, unfortunately. Like, I'm sure there are instances where he's really good. Hunting Blades would be the case in point for sure. Actually, you know what? Ooh, I didn't consider that. I do have the chance of getting Hunting Blades if I take the Ares. Can we please? Oh my goodness. Wow. That couldn't have gone worse. Unfortunate. I don't know why these flame wheels are so good at dodging my special, but they are surprisingly adept. Alright, what do we get? Hammer. There it is. Alright, moment of truth. Do we get the hammer we want or the hammer we deserve? All I'll say is we need more crit chance, and I'm not sure where to get it from, but I would like it sooner than later. How did that not hit you? You deserve to get hit by that. Oh yeah, so I was going to mention, so after therapy tomorrow, we are going to be making all of the blueberry things because we went blueberry picking, and guess how many blueberries we picked? We picked nearly a full gallon of blueberries, a veritable almost 4 pounds of blueberries. Your attack deals bonus damage equal to 5% of your current gold? What? Or your dash hits twice and deals plus 20% damage. I mean, this is what we were aiming for, but this is funny. But, you know, we're going with the original goal, because I want to spend my money. But now that I know that's on this weapon, maybe we'll try and do a gimmick money build sometime in the near future. For now, pardon me. For now, I think we'll save our money either way, because I don't really need it. And sure, we'll do the trial. Mid-shop sounds nice, but more boons from these two, honestly, probably unnecessary, but I'm not going to complain too much. All right. I think let's start with Dionysus. All right. So this is probably better for me in the long run, but this will allow me to get, will more reliably allow me to get a status privilege going. So I think I'm going to take the call here.
They say a lot of things about me, dearest, and they'll tell you in your dealings with me, ample caution is in order. Let me show you why.
I love the delivery on that line. That was so good. Honestly, this game's voice acting talent is just so unbelievably good. They have my most sincere and genuine respect for all that they do, and it's only a couple voice actors, which is kind of incredible. Like, if you look at the voice acting list, I was paying a little bit of attention to it during the end credits scene with it when we were on the boat with Mom, and like, it's impressive just how many voices are kind of overlapping. Like, obviously they can do some amount of like post modification voice editing, but even then, like, sheesh, they're talented. Between the vocal range, the depth, and then just the delivery, again, the delivery on some of their lines is just breathtakingly phenomenal. I'm pretty curious to know what their background in acting and voice acting is, to be honest.
Let's just say we kissed and made up, dearest. Just do not anger me again, or I might come down and kill you there myself.
Excellent. All right, cast more susceptible or more effective. Let's increase our damage output. So weak afflicted foes now take 10% more damage. I mean, we took a lot of damage in this room, but I'm not terribly afraid of Asterius, and if we get Butterfly Ball, that Butterfly Ball is getting cut in half before it knows what happened to it, so I'm gonna risk it. All right, watch this.
It's the Butterfly Ball.
If it's gonna hold still. Okay, maybe it knows a little bit of what happened to it, because I'm not getting crits. Where are my crits? Oh my goodness, that's 3 no crits in a row. There we go. Okay, there we go, and well, better than nothing, I suppose. And surprisingly, these revenants did not reconstitute is definitely the wrong term to use, but it still feels appropriate almost, which is kind of funny. But there we go.
Butterflies.
Ugh. Agreed. Heartrend, your critical effects deal even more damage to weak foes. 150% more damage. Heck yeah. Okay. Let's go. And they're always going to be weak because we're running the aspect of Nemesis. Alright, we're going to take the darkness here because I don't have much need for keys outside of trading them away for I think I can trade them for nectar potentially. Not 100% sure on that, but it's fine. Oh, that thing survived with like barely any HP, but it blew itself up. Unfortunate. Oh no. Speaking of blowing itself up, here, my turn. Pretty quick room. Coin or no, Patroclus. Let's take Patroclus and get his healing item because we're pretty chunked. Although the attack damage up.
I always hesitate.
Forgettable with a single drink.
Ah, what is that on your wrist there, stranger? Let me see. Is that a bracer of the Myrmidons? But then,
was this really the triggering factor after all this time? I never considered that. Okay.
Wait, this? How did you know? It's just a keepsake from a friend.
A keepsake? From a friend? You tell your friend, then, that Patroclus waits for him and that he holds no grudge should he return to him.
Okay. So, I could take Cyclops Jerky here, because think about it, 60% more damage on an already ridiculously strong attack build, but I think probably better to not waste a Death Defiance against Theseus and Asterius, and certainly more damage would make us more likely to survive as well. Ah, you know what, I talked myself into it, darn it. Why play safe when you can play aggressive? And that other room has Asterius in it, because we already saw one of the mini-bosses. Although I guess it could be a group of champion enemies too, in hindsight, but probably Asterius. Don't need that if we don't need it. But sheesh, we've got damage now. If we can hit our enemies, that guy's barely in range. I do not enjoy fighting the shielders. They're a bit of a problem, especially when they get bonus shields. Awesome. Let's get rid of you ASAP and not get hit by that. I'm doing my best not to jump into these spear holders, but maybe I should have taken the HP up. This was probably a mistake. I might end up losing my Death Defiance before I even get to Theseus and Asterius at this rate. Okay. So we'll go this way, take the darkness. More Hot Wheels. One of these exploding on me is enough to make me die here, or make me Death Defiance, I think. So we spam the special and hope that it works. Whoop, hello. Well, okay, now we're definitely one hit from death. And yep. I don't have the best build to deal with these, I will acknowledge that. I mean, the special has relatively good AoE, so I should be able to do it effectively. It's the issue is it's like just barely outside the range of safety for me. Oh my goodness, come on now. Did I call it a Hot Wheel again? I think I did. There we go.
Look what I found.
Alright. There's the shop. We'll take the gems.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, might as well. Not the best decision here, I know, I know. Ah, jeez, I can't believe I took that arrow hit. That was totally unnecessary on my part. Misplayed that horribly. I know it did me for 22 damage. Sheesh.
Fine. Help yourself.
There we go.
It's going to be a very disappointing situation if this does not carry at least a Centaur Heart, but ideally a healing item. Zeus. Well, Centaur Heart, we'll take that.
Cheers, mate.
Alright, Zeus. Thinking about Zeus. Could take his cast and then hope for Jolted. Yeah, we'll take Zeus.
I thought that ferryman would be content to transfer souls across the river Styx, not rob you on your journey to the surface there, nephew.
I don't know, I think his offerings are fairly affordable. After using your call, you deal 20% more damage. That is enticing. Or I could take this. I mean, realistically speaking, I'm not going to remember to use my cast, so I think I take one of these two. 20% more damage, always a good time. I think I'll take the lightning reflexes, honestly, because then maybe I can get jolted on some enemies. Alright, so we definitely lost some time on this floor. I didn't play my strongest, that's for sure.
Time for the main event.
I'm telling you, you're wrong, Asterius. He is no royalty, most certainly not any I would recognize. He's but a nameless, long-forgotten minor god, born of the depths and bound to stay in them.
I'm curious to know what Theseus thinks, Theseus thinks of Hades, then.
I, too, once was berated by such words, King. We've faced this enemy how many times? And in my estimation, he's fought bravely here.
Bravely? Hiding behind those pillars is what you call bravely, Asterius? We shall have to discuss this strange lapse of judgment after we achieve our victory.
I mean, if you consider that lack of bravery, you're fighting us from a distance most of the time while we're dealing with your best friend.
You try evading this!
Easy. Only because you asked for it. I mean, he's giving us very easy backstab damage here. Can Asterius block? We proved earlier that Asterius can charge into Theseus, and you can use Theseus to body block Asterius's charge. But did I just prove that Asterius can actually block Theseus's spear as well? So I may have just unintentionally done that. say this was a pretty clean Asterius kill. Never mind, I got hit. I got cocky. Alright, but there we go.
You're next.
To all our fans, we dedicate this fight to you.
I dedicate my crit chance to Artemis then. I'm gonna wait until we get him halfway to use my call. Actually, I'll use one stack of the call now because then I can get some. There we go. Okay.
Goddess Athena, I need your aid now.
Yeah, too much damage there. That was avoidable. There we go. We have
That'll teach him.
pretty significant
Until
damage.
next time, good shade.
Always have to say hello to my good shade first.
Very nice.
All right, so we lost a full minute.
the rest of your
Actually, I guess we were ahead. We were ahead by a minute earlier, so I guess we lost
You forced me to send Cerberus ahead again.
again. Yes. So we took a little bit. We definitely lost a fair bit of time. We took a fair bit of damage. I wonder if it's better to take the luckier tooth here just for the extra safety net. I'm considering it. I don't know. Does the damage reduced by this add up to the damage that the... I'm taking it. Screw it. Alright.
Exactly what I need.
Never punished. I should have just kept the bracer. Well, I don't think we're dying. And even if we are, I think I'm going to be just face-tanking damage and DPSing the heck out of Hades as quick as possible. I do appreciate that the timer doesn't run down on these intermediary areas, so you can just safely spam your attacks hunting for gold. Sadly, only one gold pot here, but still makes a difference. Ooh, that's a whole bunch of Artemis. Okay, I heard it. I heard a fish. Where is it? Where's the fish? Okay, there it is. Thank you, Charon. Wouldn't have found it without you. There's no way we're gonna have enough gold to afford all of this fun stuff, but my goodness, is there a lot of fun stuff here.
That is a scuffer.
That is a scuffer. It's also called a blowfish. All right, let's see. Or pufferfish, rather. Man, there are so many Artemis boons on this floor. Wow. All right, I guess we'll start with that. See where it takes us. We'll start with the Artemis boon. Then we'll go for the coin. And then probably Aphrodite, I suppose? Although I already got the duo boon that matters. I see that gold pot. I missed it. I'm sorry. To myself. I'm sorry to myself. Can you, potentially not stand in a poison of rot? Or a puddle of rot? Nope. Okay, well, we tried. Alright, I see some gold pots abound in this area, so I'll try and break them as best of my ability. There we go, got that one. Alright, everyone, if you see a gold pot, be sure to say gold pot. And if you see that nasty fox swiper, make sure to say swiper no swiping. Swiper no swipe. Oh my goodness, I'm tired. When we devolve into children's entertainment, you know we've reached our lowest low. Actually, all things considered, that's probably not that bad. Certainly there are things that I have rambled about that are far, far worse than...
Is that giant snake stone once again?
Oh gosh, that's a lot of lasers. And some satyrs, of course. Oh gosh. No more lasers for Jeff, please. Alright, we got that snake stone done real quick. And the satyr soon to follow.
Right there.
Alright, Artemis, what you got? Cast, God Gauge, it increases when you crit. After you crit, foe is marked. I think this will make it so we can really easily sustain our God Gauge, so we'll do that, because we're going to be constantly critting. We'll take this next Artemis boon.
I'll take this one.
Even there in your underworld, it seems quality hunting gear doesn't come cheap, apparently.
Maybe we can get pressure points just for a little bit extra crit damage. No. Alright, we'll take support fire. It's not amazing, but it's just kind of... I like it. It's not a good It's generally not a great ability unless you have a ton of multi-hit, which we do not with this build, but it's so much fun to just see those arrows go flying everywhere. It would be cool if it fired more arrows on crits. I feel like that would synergize really well with Artemis's build. Otherwise, it kind of just falls a little bit out of place. Because crits are good on in any situation, but they're definitely stronger with like single hitting large hits, especially if you've stacked up enough crit chance. And so it kind of almost contradicts the nature of Artemis's other boons, because they benefit more from, again, so support fire works well with multi-hit, which tend to be lower damage base hits, but all of her like core boons between her special, her cast, and her attack benefit from larger single hits, as long as you can stack up enough crit. At the end of the day, a single crit is a 200% damage increase, which is effectively 3 times damage, and that's pretty wild. It's definitely one of the biggest crit modifiers I've seen in any game. Usually, at best, crit damage is either ignores defense or does double damage, or both, like in Pokemon. I definitely did not need to face tank that, but here we are again, just running face first into things that were easily avoidable. And by that, I'm referring to the razor blade I ran face first into. Oh my goodness, how did I dodge that? I would like to claim skill, but reality speaks for itself. I am not unaware of my reality and the amount of sheer stupidity I am capable of. Also, blind, dumb luck. Whoop, well. That was also avoidable, but here we are again, once again face tanking a razor blade. Well, if nothing else, I do have a lot of HP, and that's certainly doing its job to try and keep me alive.
No.
It's fine. We took Luckier Tooth, we're fine. Like I said, turning brain off, playing game on. Alright, we've got 300 coins, so still not enough to afford another Hermes or the last Artemis. I guess we'll take Aphrodite here and see if we can get a duo boon going with her. Do her duo boons matter here? Probably not that much in the grand scheme of things, but it's fine. Really not that much. It feels like her damage has suddenly started to fall off, but more realistically, I have started to fall off. That energy I had at the start of the recording is rapidly dwindling. Sounds like Kiwi has finished her shower, too, and she's finally helping her cat cope with the loss of her mother in the shower. My goodness, you'd think she had some, like, significant trauma associated with the shower place. The only thing I can think of is a bath.
Good.
Alright, cast. I guess damage reduction here? Sure, why not?
Strength and beauty.
Alright, that's almost a full heal. Now the question is, do I do these bonus chambers in the hopes of getting enough coin to afford the last Athena boon? And I don't think it's worth it.
Look, Zag, you should know by now that when it comes to feasting, it's yours truly here who puts on the best performance. But I do have Lady Aphrodite's help.
Wine does have a rather special way of making everybody look even more beautiful than ever, Dionysus dear. And from such beauty, why long-lasting love is born. And also shorter-lasting love, much of the time.
At least she acknowledges that. Alright. Hangover effects can stack more times against weak foes. Or this. Realistically speaking, I'm not going to be able to stack this up too much. I think I'm just going to take this for the Nectar and the 20 HP.
Who doesn't love this stuff?
Oh, and it gave us because of the Nectar passive that we got.
The Guardian of Hell itself decides the time has come for a short break and snack.
Short breaks with snacks sound great. I had one today. It lasted 20 minutes. I had blueberry pancakes as my snack.
Thank you, boy.
It was good. But yeah, the Nectar, we have the passive that gives us a random pomegranate upgrade on one of our boons anytime we pick up a Nectar, and we got it on a Hunter Dash, which is pretty darn solid. So, I see the fish over there. I need to remember to catch that after all this.
I've other work to get to. Arm yourself and let us end this quickly, boy.
Nope. Well, I want to end this quickly either way, but cast that weak on him and get some crits. Nope, no crits. All right, let's get rid of this. Oh. He is also using his dash strike, but if I get... Oh, he keeps teleporting before I can get the back attacks on him. There's a back... Nope, he turned. He does turn around pretty darn quickly. Alright, let's get privilege status and try to get a crit. Of course I didn't get a crit. 2 no crits in a row, unideal. Let's kill his little friends. They're actually pretty weak. I guess because we don't have extreme measures. He was summoning mini-bosses when we were doing that. Maybe I should just do the dash attack here. Oh, no. Okay, let's drop some poison here so we can get privilege status going and some extra damage. He's definitely kind of spamming that a little bit. It's kind of annoying. Does anyone remember if I took a Zoo Spoon?
All you wretches of the underworld to attend me now.
A 10 out of 10. Alright, positive outlook is activated. Maybe I should just use the dash attack, because that has less of a wind-up. Yeah, that seems more reliable. And if we crit on the dash, we have 2 chances to hit because, or the dash hits twice because of the hammer effect. So, wait, I have to remember. I'm dealing pretty well, actually. Actually, I'm not dealing well. I'm missing my attacks. Oh, he's giving me plenty of free time to get crits. Dodge that. Pop this for the extra damage. At this point, I think I'm just going to mash X and see what happens, because I think we're pretty safe to do so at this point. Oh, does he not hit you when you stand point blank when he's doing his lasers? Oh, that is some ballsy nonsense to pull off later. Good to know, though. Oh, that's exciting to know. I am just face tanking and mashing X, and I win.
You stubborn. You shrug off death as though it means nothing to you.
That feels like a metaphor of how we're relating to both Thanatos and Hades right now, but I know that's not what he means.
Well done, boy.
At least we are earning his approval 1 death at a time.
Father.
Goodbye, dearest dad.
Made
All
short
right.
work that time.
That we did. All right. Catch
What
ourselves a
lurks in the waters
fish.
of the surface?
I believe it is a bass. A moment of silence for the fish.
Mine. Looks like a trout.
Oh, fancy. All right, 1 more fish, and back to the house we go.
The master of this realm, Lord Hades, states that death is inescapable. There is considerable credence to his claim.
Okay. Well, there we go. And a 22-minute run, which I think... A 2-minute and a half run, which I think is our fastest run. I didn't actually pay attention to the victory screen to see if that was the case, but I believe it is our fastest run, so...
Thank you, thank you.
Certainly nowhere close to being even close to a good speed run, but definitely a new record for us, which I'll take.
They won't catch me sleeping on the job again.
Yes, they will. Trust me, there's an entire sequel for that.
Impressive that you went the distance once again.
See you, Thanatos.
Is it really that impressive? We seem to be pretty reliable at it.
I guess.
We've got at least a 50% success rate at this point.
Terrifying Cerberus is busy gathering his strength for when next he shall bar the prince's path.
See you. More pets are certainly in order here.
They're always in order. Always give the pets, yes. Alright, let's see. I think I'll hold off on spending diamonds. I think priority will probably go towards darkness, giving more HP.
I must confess something to you, my friend. My mind still wanders to Eurydice quite often, and my memories of her, despite my best attempts to move along with my existence here. I would call it a fatal flaw, except I am already dead.
Don't torture yourself, mate. You've been through enough, as has she. You still care for one another, just don't have a way to get the point across. But I have an idea.
I too once had ideas, Zagreus. Ideas and inspirations. It was so very wonderful to have a muse.
Yeah, he's depressed.
I know.
We have an idea. Let's make it happen. Too early? Okay, not in there yet. Don't even know if that's where it shows up.
Hey, nice one, wretched broker.
We have a lot of gems and darkness. We're almost at enough darkness to buy the next round of rerolls that I may or may not ever use. Because clearly I'm not very good at using them when I should.
Fair market value. You know, while I was brutal squaring off against the three of you, I have to say, Meg, I was happy you were with your sisters. Nothing like a common cause for bringing bitter rivals together, right?
You have your pact of punishment to thank for our reunion there. We have to answer to its terms. But my sisters and I, we got on better than I had expected. I will give you that.
So you've patched things up then? Going to start spending more quality time together and all that?
Let's not get carried away. A work assignment forcing our cooperation is not exactly a big step in the quality of our relationship.
But it's a step.
It is a step.
Please, make yourselves at home.
You were born 100 years after I died. Of course I want to hear everything. Cause of death, old age. Nyx is missing.
Check the garden.
Oh, hello, parents. What have you got to say?
Oh, come on, Hades. Mortals are much more resilient than that. What, do you think they'll show up at your gates here all at once? They have our family looking out for them.
That is what I'm afraid of. Do you truly believe my brothers and the rest shall take the sort of care of them while they draw breath, as we do here after they have expired?
It's true we have to look out for them indefinitely, while Olympus need only look out for them for a little while. But our relatives are always watching from their mountain. And if they do turn a blind eye once in a while, mortals aren't bad at fending for themselves.
That is a pretty interesting thought to think about how many gods are kind of responsible for the living and the overworld, and everything else got just lumped onto Hades' shoulders for the most part.
But they are never satisfied, always begging us to provide more and more.
They like us, Hades. They praise us, tell one another about us. What do you expect? Would you rather they forgot about us?
No. No, I suppose not. But they need us.
I guess that's one thing I'd be curious about reading more about is how is Hades viewed in Greek mythology by the ancient Greeks? Was he viewed in a negative light, or was he loved and respected similar to the gods of of Olympus, considering he is the kind of provider and caretaker of the underworld?
Well, we need them.
Food for thought. I don't know. It's like I don't have the biggest interest in anthropology and like ancient cultures, but it's so cool to look at the art and kind of learn the lore as it comes about.
Not even tired, thanks.
All right, let's confirm.
How am I looking?
Yep, I need 2,000. I'm at 1,500. We're 3/4 of the way there with the darkness we need for the next round of rerolls. I appreciate that you can see all the little shades filing into Tartarus down there on that little boardwalk just by the fire over there. All right, what are we playing next? The rail. We haven't done a rail run in a while.
Change your plan. I like it. Can't break these bones, pal. What? You just try it.
Oh, we'll try it, all right. All right, let's see.
Exegriff.
We have not played the Aspect of Hestia yet. So the Aspect of Hestia, after you manually reload, your next shot is empowered and does 50 extra base damage. So we want, this would probably be good with Artemis, this would probably be good with Poseidon, this would probably be good with Aphrodite or Athena. But I'll consider what my options are over probably tomorrow morning. I think it's time for me to officially call it a night and go to sleep because my goodness, I have a definite need for sleep.
Said our goodbyes already, pal.
So with all that said, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're asleep, I hope you're sleeping well. I sounded far more awake in this episode than I had any right to. Thank you for that wonderful head pet-induced 1 minute long nap before you rudely woke me up to go shower. I'm kidding. I love you, Kiwi. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.